EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
In the course of a game, we focus on the offense and the defense, and we give lip service to the special teams. It's way bigger than that. The third phase of any football team, and special teams provided the spark to begin this game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. The Cowboys at 10-2 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. You look at this Eagle defense.
They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And that is incomplete. Rocky started throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
I'm eager to see what his demeanor is going to be from this point forward, because the best ones, they missed the first 15 attempts, and they think they're going to hit the next 15. Let's see if he has that type of an attitude.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10
at the 20. On play action, they'll throw.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And Hurts going to move him around.
Now a play fake here on first down.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big play there for Philly. 49 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Yeah, the Eagles are going to have a first and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there.
His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Tackle there by big Jordan Davis. Now this defense for the Eagles very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Back to throw now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
You look at this Eagle defense.
They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they are facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Loose inside the 30.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms. But I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something that lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one. Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
73.
Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by DeMarvion Overshown. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 23. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Cherry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flushed out right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Cherry. He stiff arms him. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Touchdown!
Jonathan Mingo,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level.
And oh, it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Hurts.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
They go play action with Hurts.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
This is Smith with a grab. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Throwing is Hurts.
This will be caught just inside the 10.
And the Eagles are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now Hurts changing up the play.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Second down and goal. Hurts. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Breaks through the contact.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Nolan Smith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw.
He's got Mingo. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. The rookie from Colorado on target with that throw. They've got a 1st down.
He's already got 1 touchdown this first half already. That very nearly was a 2nd. Defensively, they're going to have to figure something out because he's been able to outrun the defenders early and often so far.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, 19 Lion. Ready?
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jonathan Mingo.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Cowboys have cut the lead back down to 2.
Now Mike McCarthy saying, let's go for 2.
Dragon 60.
They'll look to throw. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take... He's got a man, complete! And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for Philly. 55 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw.
That one out wide and intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. So a big chance goes by the wayside there. A tough break on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, as a general rule, you know you're usually not going to win games with field goals. But in this case, they had 3 points in their pocket. I get what he was trying to do, but that's a big swing of momentum right there.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Second and 10.
Ready.
Now back to throw.
Oh, that's deep for Duvernay. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here.
It's caught on the right side at Smith. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Here's 2nd and 7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
This to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me.
His throw incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone is hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hurts fumbles it.
It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready up. Ready. 19 tight. 19 tight.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Buffalo 18.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Open man is Mingo, complete.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Nolan Smith able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
They'll drop to throw.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get in the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run.
Touchdown, Cowboys! C.D. Lamb with career touchdown number 70. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Up the middle they go. Cherry. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that'll...
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jalen Tolbert, 40 yards. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
They go play action with Hurts.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sand. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long.
They'll set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They go play action here on 1st down.
Throw is caught by Schoonmaker.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. 2nd and 11. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Cowboys are about to make it forced.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Mecole Hardman, 70 yards. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
They'll run on first down. Cherry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They're going to look to throw.
That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. He'll look to throw.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles are right back in this football game.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 25 yards that time.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
He's got Smith here.
He's got room at the 30.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Another big play here as they strike for 31.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
This is Smith with a grab. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff up the middle. Cherry, they'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped at his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go. Set. Warriors 70. Cut 19. 79 Broncos. Take go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick.
Hardman on the return. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing is Hurts.
And this one complete to Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he powers through the first lane, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Micah Parsons in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, paired that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Hey, 73.
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And that'll keep this a one-point game.
Yeah, Brandon, that's a tough distance with the game on the line because you'd like to give your kicker better odds than that. Anything 50-plus, we know it's going to be difficult. And that one proved to be just a little too difficult. And now it appears it's going to cost them the football game.
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And some space here. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. They'll look to throw here on first down.
He completes this one to Mingo.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the